Hi, this is Kim, or AdversCamber42, continuing my playthrough of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc on PlayStation 4. I am just gonna give it 1 second just to get going. Just because I am conscious we finished halfway through a trial yesterday. So, you know, once we get started, we are going to be starting fast this time. Oh, hi Info, how you doing? Just to give a brief summary of last time. Sorry, just wrestling around cats. Just to give a brief summary of last time. We think, it's not been confirmed, that the ultimate soldier is the murder victim this time. That's the mystery 16th classmate. We are halfway through the trial and trying to evidence who killed her. At present, it's heavily looking like it's Kirigiri. Because if it's not Kirigiri, it's Naegi, who's our playable character, which seems a tad unlikely. Oh, I'm very well, thank you, Info, and yourself? Oh, good, glad to hear it. Right, without further ado, let's just start moving. I will just say in advance as well, I'm pretty sure there's a point in this trial where I can get the bad game ending. It might seem what I'm doing is illogical to you, but I just thought it'd be fun to show it to you, if I can actually remember how to do it. I seem to remember it's just answering a certain way at a certain point. But yeah, you know, like with One Piece, I do try and show you as many endings as I can. Okay, we need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate. Okay, I think I did guess what this would be last time. Oh, Info, I see you've redeemed a treat for the co-hosts. As soon as we've got a point that's not on the timer, I'll do that for you.
被害者の致命傷がはっきりしていないんだったな。
あの爆発は致命傷じゃないんだよね。
Okay, yeah, it wasn't the explosion.
当然だべ。爆発があったのは死んだ後だぞ。
ナイフも関係ないのよね。だとすると他に怪しいの。
モノクマファイルによると、そうだ、後頭部に殴られた跡があったんだ。
それ以外にもこの被害者には全身に無数の傷があったらしいぞ。
See, I reckon she was bludgeoned, and I think we have one piece of evidence that explain that.
被害者の致命傷がはっきりしていないんだったな。
If I can remember how to slow time. There we go.
戦場ムクロの致命傷は後頭部の打撃痕だったはずだよ。
全身の無数の傷ってのはあれは事件とは関係ねえのか？
モノクマファイルによるとあれは以前からあった古傷らしいんだ。
古傷じゃ関係ねえか。
では間違いないな。あいつの致命傷は後頭部の殴打だったようだ。
じゃあ凶器ってモノクマファイルには鉄パイプ程度の太さの棒状のもので殴られたって。って
ことはツルハシだな。
No, I don't think.
どうしてそうなるのよ。ツルハシで殴ったら殴打どころか頭蓋骨粉砕よ。
I didn't consider the pickaxe, but that is a valid point.
ツルハシを逆に持って持ち手の柄の部分で殴ったんだべ。
無理よ。重さのバランスが悪いもの。威力のある一撃なんて不可能だわ。なんなら試してあげるわよ。
さてはおめえ間違ったふりして金属の方で殴るつもりだな。
その後あんたの汚い脳みそ取り出して床に叩きつけて唾を吐きかけてやるのよ。
気が合うな。
Let's just shake the treats for Info Shark while we're here in a good bit. See if anyone comes for the bait.
合ってるのそれ。
凶器ならすでに見つかっているぞ。
Oh, Laura also wants to give a treat. Sorry, Laura, I am shaking the treat. I can literally see Sherry from where I'm sitting as well, but she's fast asleep and just dead to the world, I think. Sherry, I can see your ears twitching. You're not gonna come for a treat? Nah. Ignoring me. Cat selective hearing. The ears twitch but no response. We shall feed the kitties. If they actually pay attention. Okay. Let's go. So our usual suspects are arriving. Can you all guess what it was that was actually the murder weapon? Because I imagine it's about to ask you to prove it. Oh wait, here comes Miss Tia. Well, that's more important than determining. We'll give you time to determine the murder weapon while I'm feeding Tiamat cat. Hey Tiamat. What treat? You get 2 because 2 people cashed in. There you go. Do we have treaties? Yeah. Good girl. At least Tia's had hers for now. Let's throw some at Sherry as well. She is looking at me. Just can't deign herself to come to me. But Tia's had her treaties. Good girl. Anyway, right guys. More importantly, how was Mukuro murdered? We know she was bludgeoned. What do you think she was bludgeoned with? I've got a sneaking suspicion myself. Would anyone else like to hazard a guess based on the evidence we have in our inventory? But the duct tape is covered in blood info. So was it used for something? We're looking for an object about the width of a pipe, they said. It's a bit vague actually, because, you know, pipes could be any size. Do any of you have an idea, or should I go with what I think? Laura says it's not obvious, but she's picked the arrows. Actually, in honesty, Laura, I think it is, and I think I know how they've done it, so...
戦場ムクロの後頭部を殴打した凶器は武道場のロッカーで見つけたジュラルミン製の矢だよ。
ジュラルミン製の矢？はい。
ああ、間違いない。
そうなのかな。ちょっとあんた、白夜様に口答えなんて100万年早いわよ。なんで気になるんだから仕方ないじゃん。
Okay, we don't blame here for doubting because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret. I'm gonna set my dial because I think the secret is the duct tape. I think info was almost there actually.
ロッカーにあったジュラルミン製の矢。間違いない。あれが凶器だ。
本当にそうなのかな。
何を気にしてんだ？
だってモノクマファイルには凶器は鉄パイプ程度の太さの棒状のものってあるよ。矢だと細すぎると思うんだけど。白夜様に口答えなんて1億年早いわよ。
Almost, Laura. My theory is it's the thickness. So, you know, one titanium arrow isn't thick, but if you have a whole bundle of them taped together, would that make like a bat? So I think it's when Hina says it's too thin, it's the thing. So I can think when I saw that tape in that locker anyway.
"確かに矢だけだと細すぎる。だから犯人はもう一つの凶器を使ったんだ。
もう一つの凶器？
武道場のロッカーの中には丸められたガムテープもあったんだ。きっと犯人はこのガムテープを使ってジュラルミン製の矢を束ねたんだよ。矢をガムテープで束ねることによって鉄パイプ程度の太さの凶器を作り上げ、それを凶器として使ったんだ。
3本の矢の教えと同じね。 戦国武将である毛利元就が息子たちに説いた教え。一本では脆い矢も束になれば頑丈になる。そうやって三兄弟に結束を訴えかけたのよ。
残酷な話だべ。
後悔を聞いてないでし
ょ。とにかくこれで凶器も分かったはずだ。そしてそれらの凶器を武道場のロッカーに隠した犯人こそがキリギリ京子。
私は武道場なんかに行ってないわよ。
いや、お前は間違いなく武道場に行っている。
Sure we saw her in the dojo.
どうして言い切れるの？
もちろん証拠があるからだ。そうだよな、苗木。
I'm guessing the locker key in her
それ
room.
は。
どうした？
Right, I'm gonna save here. Because like I said before, this is where I remember is the point where you can get a bad game ending. And in the name of science. I wanna see that with a load of backtracking. As if memory serves, we have to implicate Kirigiri
ま
to
さ
get
か
the bad
犯人
game
をかばう
ending.
つもりじゃないだろうな。そんなことをしてどうなるか分かってるのか。もしお前がかばった人物が犯人だったら、その先に待っている結末は俺たちの全員の死なんだぞ。
Yeah, Laura, sorry, you might have missed it when I said at the start. I just have a dim memory and I think it's this trial. There is a way to get a bad game ending.
もちろん分かってるよ。
だったらお前の手で示してやれ。キリギリが武道場に行った証拠をな。
I have evidence? Evidence that Kyoko went to the dojo? That must be connected to the dojo locker.
これだ。キリギリさんが武道場に行った証拠はこの武道場のロッカーの鍵だよ。
そんなものがどうして証拠になるの？
これがキリギリさんの部屋に落ちてたからだよ。
Oh no, Void. Whatever you asked for Ralph was so obscene it's been caught in the filter. Oh dear, I guess you can't put anything in the swear jar then.
私の部屋に落ちていた。
とぼけても無駄だ。それにこの鍵だけじゃない。アリバイの件も動機の件も苗木に罪をなすりつけるための偽装工作の件も、それらの全てがお前が犯人だと示している。諦め
Okay, now you win.
言い逃れはできんぞ。
Let's clear the throat then. Bitch!
ちょっと待って。
And for anyone who can't see the chat, so that was a request for Ralph.
またか。お前はどうしてもキリギリをかばいたいらしいな。
いや、かばうとかそういうことじゃなくて、キリギリさんに聞かなくちゃいけないことがまだ残っているんだよ。キリギリさん、教えてほしいんだ。昨日の夜の件だよ。昨日の夜、キリギリさんは僕の部屋にいたよね。あの時何があったの？どうして僕のそれを教えてほしいんだ。
私はあなたを助けただけよ。
え
Oh, gotta move everything to get to my swear jar. There you go, Void. Jar is sworn. She was protecting me? Then does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue? Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko... She killed someone for me?
もういいだろう。無駄話は終わりだ。そろそろ結論を出すぞ。
Keep saving. Because if it's not this trial, it's the next one, but I'm pretty sure it's this one.
ちょっと待って。間違わないで。 私は犯人じゃない。
まさかお前の往生際がそこまで悪いとはな。
だけど私が犯人じゃないってことはあなたが一番よく知っているはずよ。そうでしょう、戸上くん。
俺がだと？
What? The actor should know better than anyone? What does that mean? Keep misjudging the end of this trial. Let's make an argument. Only one bullet when the body was found.
今の言葉はどういう意味だ？
そのままの意味よ。私が犯人じゃないということはあなたが一番よく知っているはず。
戸上っちなんか隠してんのか？
白夜様が私に隠し事するわけないじゃない。
キリギ、お前が犯人ではない根拠があるとでも言うのか？
さっきのあなたたちの推理だ。私は武道場のロッカーに証拠を隠し、その鍵を自分の部屋に置いたらしいわね。本当に私にそんなことができたのかしら。
Wait, Kyoko gave her room key to Byakuya, right? Which would mean...
今の言葉はどういう意味だ？
そのままの意味よ。私が犯人じゃないということはあなたが一番。
戸上っち
白夜様が私に。
キリギ、お前が犯人ではないあるとでも言う。
さっきのあなたたちの推理だ。私は武道場のロッカーに証拠を隠し、その鍵を自分の部屋に置いたらしいわね。本当に私にそんなことができたのかしら。
I'm not sure which one to press. I think it's because Byakuya took her key like 3 days ago, so how could she hide it right after the body?
そのままの意味、私が犯人じゃないということはあなたが一番よく知っているはず。
No, not that one. Just not sure which one to press. Yeah. Get on with
今の
it.
言葉は
そのままの私が犯人、あなたが一番よく。戸上っち白夜様が私。
キリギ、お前が犯人ではないあるとでも言うのか？
さっきのあなたたち、私は武道場のロッカーにその鍵を自分の部屋に置いたらしいわね。
No. Oh, for Christ's sake, which one is it?
今の言葉は
そのままの私が犯人、あなたが一番。戸上っち白夜様が私に
キリギ、
お前が犯人ではない
Oh,
根拠
maybe it's one I've got memorized. Let's try memorizing the bit about the key and
そ
pressing
の
it
ま
when
ま
he
の
says he
私
has
が犯
proof
人、あな
then.
たが一番。戸上っち白夜様が
キリギ、あるとでも言う。
さっきのあなたたち、私は武道場のロッカーにその鍵を
自分の部屋に置いたらしい。
本当に私にそんなことができたのかしら。
今の言葉は
そのままの意味、私が犯人、あなたが一番。戸上っち白夜様が私に。
キリギ、
お前が
それは違う。
キリギリさんは自分の部屋には入れなかったはず。
自分の部屋に入れなかったって。
だってキリギリさんは自分の部屋の鍵を戸上くんに預けたままだったん
Oh,
だ
but
よ。
she could have done. She has the skeleton key. She mentioned it earlier.
そうか、そういうことか。俺がお前の部屋の鍵を持っているということは、
鍵を持ってない私は自分の部屋に入ることができない。つまり自分の部屋。そうでしょ。
確かに。
やっと分かってくれたみたいね。
No, that's not actually true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us, an obvious lie. But this just isn't like her. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie? Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of the school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us. The mastermind's trap. The mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko? But if that's not really true, what can I do? What should I do? What should I... The mastermind's trap? The victim was Mukuro, and Kyoko killed her. What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The mastermind's trapped. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? I have to decide right here and now whether to expose Kyoko's lie. I can't save at this point, so... let's see if this is my bad game ending.
今のキリギリさんの言葉には嘘だと？そうだよね、キリギリさん。
そう言うからには聞かせてもらうわよ。私の言葉にどこに嘘があるのか。
Kyoko is definitely lying, and it must be because there's some of the deeper truth she wants to keep hidden.
私の部屋の鍵は戸上君に預けたままだったわ。間違いないわよね。
Might have done it the wrong way around, actually, if it's keeping going. Yeah, I think I might have.
確かに、そう。
One second. Okay, yeah, I did it the wrong way around. Let's just back up. Because I think
つまり
it's quite
私は自分の部
entertaining.
屋には入れなかったのね。
Well, wait till
じゃあ
the
キリ
thing
ギリ
now.
ッチの部屋に
武道場の鍵。
私以外の誰か。それしかない。
There it is, system. Oh, I want to load now. God damn it. One sec.
私の部屋の鍵は戸上君に預けたままだったわ。間違いないわよね。
確かに、その通り。
つまり私は自分の部屋には入れなかったのね。
じゃあキリギリッチの部屋に武道場の鍵を置いたの。
私以外の誰か。それしかないわ。私の部屋の戸上君に預けた。間違いないわよ。
確かに。
つまり私は自分の部屋には
入れなかったのね。
それは違うよ。
I will backtrack as soon as I can.
いや、
There we go. Right. Sorry, guys. Bit messy. But I got it the wrong way around, I think. Let's go get that bad game ending first. Skip. Let's do this bit again.
今の言葉は、
そのままの私が犯人。あなたが一番。
戸上っち。
白夜様が
キリギリ。
お前が犯人ではない。
根拠があるとでも言う。
さっきのあなたが。私は武道場のロッカーにその鍵を。
自分の部屋に置いたらしいわね。
本当に私にそんなことができたのかしら。
Enjoy Danganronpa and
そのま
fast
まの
forward.
私が犯人。あなたが一番よく。
戸上っち。
白夜様が私。
キリギリ。
お前が犯人。
それは違うよ。
鍵。つまりそうでしょう。やっとわかった。
Right. Let's see. Save it. Skip. Oh, come on, get on with it. Right. Must be let it go. I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has...
どうした？ 誰も反論はないのか？キリギリの主張を認めるということか？そうか。認めざるを得ないようだな。キリギリの個室に武道場のロッカーの鍵を置いた。
でも他の誰かって。
キリギリッチの部屋の鍵を持ってたのはトガミッチなんだよな。
何言ってんのよ。
だが俺にはアリバイがある。夜時間以降はお前たちとずっと一緒だったはずだ。植物庭園での殺人もキリギリの部屋に鍵を置くことも。
じゃあキリギリッチの部屋に武道場の鍵を置いたのって。
考えられる可能性は一つだけだ。あらかじめ自分が持っていた鍵をあたかもその場で見つけたようなふりをした。
それって苗木のことだよね。
そうとしか考えられまい。
ちょっと待ってよ。そうじゃないって。もう一度考えてみようよ。この事件には
裏？
そもそもこの学級裁判自体がおかしいんだよ。みんなだってそう思うでしょ。正体不明だった戦場ムクロが急に死体で現れて、しかもその学級裁判が起きて、それにキリギリさんも言ってただろ、黒幕の罠だって。だから
タイムアップです。時間切れ。学級裁判は終わりだから
なんだよ時間。
どういうこと？タイムアップなんておかしいわ。だって今まで一度もそんなこと。
Hi guys, I think that's live now, though it's not showing up on my Twitch dashboard yet. If you can hear me, can you let me know? I'm having headset issues. Everything just went totally mute for me and I want to make sure you can hear before I can continue. Right, info saying you can hear. Let's try that again. Yeah, sorry, I don't know what that was. Both my headset and my controller mic just stopped working. I'll just get back to where we were very quickly. Yeah, I know, right? I'm just going to skim back through the options. Oh, thanks for the sub, Laura. That's much appreciated. It's just popped up and said that for me. Right, let's see if it... Make sure the sound doesn't drop out again.
キリギリの主張を認めるということか？そうか。認めざるを得ないようだな。キリギリの個室に武道場のロッカーの鍵を置いたのはキリギリ。
でも他の誰かって。
Let's see where we got up to.
キリギリッチの部屋の鍵を持ってたのはトガミッチなんだよな。
何言ってんのよ。
だが俺にはアリバイがある。夜時間以降はお前たちとずっと一緒だったはずだ。植物庭園での殺人もキリギリの部屋に鍵を置くことも。
じゃあキリギリッチの部屋に武道場の鍵を置いたのって。
考えられる可能性は一つだけだ。あらかじめ自分が持っていた鍵をあたかもその場で見つけたようなふりをした。
それって苗木のことだよね。
そうとしか考えられまい。
ちょっと待ってよ。そうじゃないって。 もう一度考えてみようよ。この事件には何か裏があるはずなんだ。
裏？
そもそもこの学級裁判自体がおかしいんだよ。みんなだってそう思うでしょ。正体不明だった戦場ムクロが急に死体で現れて、しかもその学級裁判が行われるなんて。それにキリギリさんも言ってただろ、黒幕の罠だって。だからきっとこれは。
はい、タイムアップです。時間切れ。学級裁判は終わり。だから
なんだよ時間切れって。
どういうこと？タイムアップなんておかしいわ。だって今まで一度もそんなこと。
ギリギリさんが遅刻したせいだよ。そのせいで時間が押してんの。というわけでそろそろ投票タイムといきましょうか。お前らお手元のスイッチで投票してください。
投票タイム。
And here you go, folks. This is the bad game ending. At least, if I remember correctly, it is.
さて、投票の結果黒となるのは誰なのか。
ちょっと待って。
どうなんだ。
What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
ごめん。
Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Good job, everyone.
Good job?
Yeah, they got it right.
No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. The whole trial, it doesn't make any sense.
It makes perfect sense. It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way. It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment.
Wait, why do I... Kyoko?
許してもらおうとは思わないわ。すべて私の責任だから。
Fuck it, I've got it the wrong way around again. Sorry. I just googled it and realised that this is the good game ending. Yada yada, we are going to get it right. I promised I would show you both. So just bear that in mind. I thought it was the other way around, that just didn't feel right. Right. Okay. Yeah, I did just quickly Google it. We have to pursue the lie to get the bad game ending.
そうだよね。
そう、聞かせてもらうわよ。
Sorry, a lot of faffing around. So we just got win this non-stop debate and we get the bad game ending, apparently.
私の部屋の鍵は戸上君に預けたままだったわ。間違いないわ。
確かに。
つまり私は自分の部屋には入れなかったのね。
じゃあキリギリッチの部屋に武道場の鍵を置いたのって。
No, not that one.
私の部屋、戸上君に預けた。間違いないわよね。
確かに。
つまり私は
自分の部屋には入れなかったのよ。
There we go. Right. Bad game ending, here we come.
いや、キリギリさんは自分の部屋に入れたはずだよ。それはキリギリさん自身も言ってたよね。
Actually, to be precise, not quite. I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What?
モノクマの秘密道具？
キリギリさんが学園長室から盗み出したそれを使えばキリギリさんは自分の部屋に入れたはずなんだ。
どうやらここまでのようね。
認めるんだな、自分の罪を。
いいえ、私は自分の負けを認めただけよ。どういう意味？たとえ罠だとしてもその罠から抜け出せなかった以上私の負け、そういう意味よ。
もしかして本当にキリギリさんは犯人じゃ。
はい、タイムアップです。残念だけど時間切れ。終わり。学級裁判は終わりだよ。
タイムアップなんておかしいよ。だって今まで一度もそんなことを。
ギリギリさんが遅刻したせいだよ。そのせいで時間が押してんの。というわけでそろそろ投票タイムといきましょうか。お前らお手元のスイッチで投票してください。もう黒は決まりきってるけどね。うぷうぷぷぷぷぷぷ。
Okay, for realsies this time. Bad game ending, here we come. I knew there was a way to get it. I got this by accident last time I played.
Good
job! You got it right! Brilliantly right! We got it right? Does that mean Kyoko really is the killer? But something strange is going on here. There's something wrong with this whole class trial. Kyoko!
Special na.
I've prepared an extra special punishment this time. Is everyone ready? Okay then!
張り切っていきましょう。お仕置きタイム。
Enjoy the bad thing, everyone. Does it make it even worse for you, Info, knowing I got this by accident the first time? It's the only reason I knew it was here. And that's how the class trial of Mukuru Ixaba came to an end. And I started to wonder whether Kyoko was actually innocent, or... Regardless, the truth was lost forever. Even for me. I just stopped thinking about it. That was the end of Mukuro's class trial. And in the end, it would prove to be our last class trial. Once that case was over, there was never a single murder at Hope's Peak ever again. We had obtained peace in exchange for the lives of all the others. Peace, but only inside the school. Peace, but only for us. It was the only hope we had. Hope. Hope. Hope? This is hope? No, this isn't right. And there you are, the bad game ending that also validates Hero's theory that both he and Naegi would have the same wife. You're welcome.
Naegi.
Okay, and now for the good thing. Okay. And now I can't remember which way around we just did it. Oh, if anyone can remember. I think we had to let it go, didn't we? Right. So let's get back to the actual ending. Okay, lunacy out the way. And here's how it should have happened. In a kind of clue-ish montage I'm imagining now.
さて、投票の結果、黒と。
ちょっと待てよ。
どうなんだ。
Tim Curry's Monokuma, I imagine, info. I mean, bears, butlers, basically the same thing. What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it. Good job, everyone. Good job? Yeah, they got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes sense. The whole trial, it doesn't make any sense. It makes perfect sense. It's the same as always, just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way. It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. Wait, why do I... Kyoko!
許してもらおうとは思わないわ。すべて私の責任だから。
Kyoko?
では、張り切っていきましょう。お仕置きタイム
Okay, and so now we execute Naegi instead, the way that God intended it. Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, what was that? Yeah, it had to be...
これは
alter ego? Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell! I don't believe this!
どうやら
Seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
なんだよ
What was that?
つま
What I'm saying is you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. That stupid virus is gone, got it? And so's Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste it away in garbage-strewn pit. In a way, that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm not satisfied. I'm gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of this? Just what in the hell is going on?
落ち着いて
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh?
つまり
Now the mastermind... now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
なんだと
What are you talking about?
それは
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the centre of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable, a government-funded school of privilege. They say if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. One, you have to already be attending high school. Two, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me. What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It would be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class, but what was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Finally, I could feel my mind and body starting to come back together, and then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. I was going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me. And he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of there. Well, I think the enormous door's a good hint, but hey, let's see what else we got. Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in a school's garbage pit? That's a rocket in a tank. I better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. I'd forgotten about the rocket. That was right in the epilogue, wasn't it? This is a desk? It's probably the one that fell down here with me. Okay, obvious door. Rattle, rattle. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon. I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are all-round bad ideas? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides, but that's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. What the? The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Well, that feels like a clue. So, thoughts, guys, before I click any further. What do you make of Naegi's execution? I see Laura has many questions. Laura says, did they actually get it right? Because if they all get it wrong, surely they all die. Laura says, not cool, bro. Do you get the impression that we can't actually trust the bear? Oh yeah, Empire, I saw you called it a literal Deus Ex Machina. Yeah, there's no other way to look at it really, is there? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out towards whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me. A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
ひどい匂いね。
Kyoko?
ええ。
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
それは
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
ね
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you've finished. Thank you. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth, making its way towards my stomach. Phew, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up, then? Of course not. After all, the fact I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not a bad thing to be good at. But Kyoko, why'd you come here to rescue me?
それは
To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone.
あ
Atone?
なたは
During that trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
ええ
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you.
私は
I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you to save my own life. You're trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
だけど
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive, no matter what the cost. Why did you have to survive?
そうね
I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive is so I can do what I came to this school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. You have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
ええ
That's right. At least I did once. Once?
私は
Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible. Amnesia? Then is it really true? You lost your memory?
苗木くん
Do you remember, Naegi? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as we arrived at the school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
そうよ。
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
どうやら
Thinking back on it, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Ne.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
そうよ。
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
でも
And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. If what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
なんで
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always a chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
そう
Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind is one of us? If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense she would look into her missing memory by herself.
でも
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because amongst everyone, you were the least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but... I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could be the mastermind.
僕は
I understand. I should
全
understand
部知ってい
everything.
るはずだ。僕の目的は
My goal isn't to get out of here.
ここに残ることなんだ。
It's to stay here. It's just like the dream I had before. But why did that just happen?
ね
Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
えね
Even now I still trust you, you know. It's just, I'm not used to relying on others. I know I never asked for your help in the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
それは
I think there's still a lot I don't remember. But at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability.
私は
My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. The ultimate detective?
そう
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy was there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who?
それは
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What?
つまり
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster. Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved.
私は
I'll find a way. Huh?
私は
No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster. No matter the cost.
あのさ
Kyoko, what's going on?
私は
My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now. Of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
だけど
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then what did you see in there?
それは
The room had been ransacked, the shelves were a mess and the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion that someone who didn't know the only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been there. You mean the mastermind, right?
そうね
That was my assumption, yes. And I had to confirm my suspicion. I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. Is this some kind of map? It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed if that was true, the room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check. And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there? But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean? It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realised whatever's going on in the school is more horrific than we imagined. What do you mean? I can't explain it. You needed to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon. Sounds like it must be important, and really ominous. Of course, once I got to the second floor, so I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Ixaba Mukuro, doesn't it? Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so who did kill her? What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ixaba was to get me killed. To get you killed? I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me. That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew. Sorry, just paused to sneeze. The mastermind knew that they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations? Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion. The mastermind is adamant about following the rules. With that policy in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations. There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Ixaba Mukuro. What's that? There was a point when Mukuro might have become the victim. There was a point where Mukuro might not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim? You know what I'm talking about, right? You mean during the night? I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this. Which is exactly what happened to you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room. I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course. That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever the master assailant was, they just ended up dead. And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right? I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right? You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seem ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it mean? It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh? Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think that the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not. If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused the event. We're talking about what happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair? The despicable group, whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then make no mistake, they're the root of all evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair, and that is our real enemy. Interesting fact, if you watch the anime tie-in of Danganronpa, you actually do eventually get to a lengthy flashback which shows you the greatest, most terrible event. It's pretty bad, but I don't think it's as bad as it implies. I think the game does it a lot better just implicating it was terrible rather than show it to you. But yeah, if you're curious to know what it is, go watch the anime. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused a tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room? Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind, and I would never part with it. And it can open every door in the school, right?
So,
that's right. Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Hey Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
So,
let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then... yes, it opened!
Yeah.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go! Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief. Because the real fight had just begun. And welcome to the final saga. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up to the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into the darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you've said that, I'm feeling kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So, Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long? Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then is your family famous?
違うわ.
Quite the opposite, actually. Amongst actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Oh, but how come? If it's like your family tradition, right? So... because we take pride in it. Pride?
Yeah.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
そうね.
It's kind of an It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains... Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
でも.
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh?
私は
In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing that it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because of how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
Eh?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all these years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
違うわ
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about. There's something I want to say to him, though. What?
私は
No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
それは
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented and he had a promising future. But he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
そう
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work we do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had a chance to become the ultimate detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional.
私は
I don't blame him, you know, he had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not
だ
true.
けど
There's one thing I can never forgive. Really?
それは
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing. But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. And that's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life and I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow. And that's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, just to cut him out like that?
違うわ
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
ね
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing that ladder in complete silence. And after I did, I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it. On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're
そう
back.
よ
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Looks like we're back. I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favour. So now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out. And I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might... You're worried? Yeah, of course.
じゃあ
Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
つまり
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's... If we try and hide, it's only a matter of time till we'll find out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed to the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out about getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't.
だって
Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared? You said something like that before. What does it mean?
それは
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment when the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
そう
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little, super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we? Monokuma should be in the gym. Let's get going. Okay, off we trot. So, Kyoko's theory is correct, and somebody in Hope's Peak is the mastermind. Do we have any idea who it is? That feels like the burning question. Who do you think is Monokuma's controller and the other ultimate despair? Some good cronk there, info. Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense. Oh, wrong way. How about you, Laura? Who do you think the ultimate despair is at this time, before we start our investigation? Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really going to be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you out?
何
So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but it is the rule. Now I gotta punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko, do whatever you feel you have to. What?
でも
But before you do, let me just say one thing. If you execute Makoto, it means you lose. Not that it matters to you, right?
Huh?
I lose? You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
だって
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
つまり
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what you talking about?
でも
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the class trial weren't all you were expecting. Okay, Laura agrees with Kyoko that the mastermind is someone we've met. Could be, could be. Unless they wheel out another newbie like Mukuro. Because you never imagined in that position one person will protect another like that. And in response to that unexpected development, you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made a choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realised that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
だけど
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility that that could come to our aid, even after you'd killed it.
そうなんでしょ
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro, you did.
いいわね
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? That means I lose? You talk big game, but you're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Yeah!
And you can prove this, right?
そう
No, I can't. Just don't say it like that. What? Is this a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence?
別にいいじゃない
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time I can guarantee I'll find
So-
them. Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type. If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution, and he would have tried to have run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you love to inspire. But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
And
That's supposed to be enough to convince me about the absence of evidence?
It's not you I'm trying to convince. If you were to execute Makoto right now, everyone watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh? Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume you killed him because what we said is exactly right. Despair can never kill hope. Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square, then I suggest you take my advice.
So, what is this advice of yours?
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time you'll follow school regulations to ensure a fair trial. It's time for one last showdown, one final battle between hope and despair. Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't it, don't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown, in other words. This will be our last chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, as the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'd probably just execute me without another word.
Interesting. Very interesting indeed.
Berry?
I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So it's time for bear jokes. Now what you've suggested may be plausible. It may certainly make for one honey of a climax.
Does that mean you accept?
If we do it your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers right. And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory? Let's have one final grisly showdown.
He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just getting the killer is barely a fitting end. So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here.
All the mysteries?
That's right. Every last mystery that's pouring around the school, if you can do that. And then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
So, that's what we've been trying to do all along.
Oh well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of the school, then you win. But if you can't do all that,
we'll all face execution, right?
I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me?
We're as excited as you are, I'm sure. When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe it, as this is how it's all turned out. But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? The one where, when one student kills another, that's when the class trial is held.
I remember that for sure. So what?
I just wanted to confirm that is what you said, right? And that's a true statement?
You don't have to be suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a fair trial for Mukuro is no exception to that.
Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception? Then it's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro...
It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step inside Hope's Peak since the killing game began
are those 16 students. What?
ね
Are you telling the truth? Why'd he go all quiet all of a sudden?
怒ってるんだ
I'm
よ
done talking. I've got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable. Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go?
ほい
I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
ね
Come on, Masto, let's go. Okay. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it. Should that be believe it, I think? But somehow I ended up not getting executed. I started my life and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you. Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
それは
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
だって
It's all because of that one moment the mastermind let their guard down, like I said. So when was it that the mastermind let their guard
そ
down?
れは
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they'd hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that. And what do you think... and what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
そうよ
You don't exactly read about something like that happening too often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull
だ
off.
けど
And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
つまり
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A
そ
reason?
れは
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the
どうや
world?
ら
The mastermind had been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
つまり
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
そう
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
ね
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope,
そう
right?
よ
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair, the mastermind wants the world to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, is the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
そうね
You're right, it is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would despise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
苗木くん
I know how angry it must make you, and yet... That is the same motivation that led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
つまり
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world, the mastermind has to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored the rules, then this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
少なくとも
At least that's how those watching it would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
そうよ
That's precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junkie broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
そう
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer and made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
そうね
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who was also not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion. To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they'd have to defeat us in perfect form. Junkie was when, right at the start of the game, she was the ultimate fashionista or something, and she broke the rules because she tried to attack Monokuma, and he had her killed for it. It was the illustration right at the start. Yeah, it was just before Leon the baseball guy, before the first murder. But it was the illustration of why they couldn't break the rules, was Junkie attacked Monokuma and got killed, rather graphically for it. It would only do the mastermind harm to have shown that they violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge? Well, it's only thanks to you that we got the chance, because you believed in me, another path opened up. I still can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue. In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been this nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demander is a fundamental part of negotiation persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I showed my uneasiness, it would have just made you that more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic. Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time. Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. Yeah, you're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win. But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone. Is that really possible? Huh? Anyway, right now we have to go find the others. They're probably in the dorms somewhere. Shall we go? Okay, let's go tell everyone I'm not dead. Oh, is that the wrong way? Hey guys, it's I, the murderer, back from the dead. Info says he's a witch. Yeah, I think 10 to 1 hero's gonna think it's a ghost. Find them in the dining room, do we reckon? They're usually in there. And suddenly we were greeted with a malfunctioning teddy bear. You again? Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability has reached its limits. Jeez, what the heck? I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief.
Naegi だよね。
みんな、
やっぱり苗木だ。どの角度から見ても苗木だよ。あら、生きてたのね。
まったくゴキブリ並みのしぶとさだな。
念のために聞いとくけど、幽霊じゃねえよな。
Called it. Everyone was there, all my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
なんだ。
Wait, what is that smell?
なんだこりゃ。
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like wet dog. Get away! Shoo! Shoo! In a flash, my tears dried up.
Naegi-kun.
We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma. Explain? Explain what? Is it okay you're here? What if the mastermind catches you? It's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial? We're gonna redo Mukuro's trial. What? Seriously? What's the point in redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you.
違うの
Makoto isn't the killer. Of course it's not me or any of you.
Huh?
Then who is it?
なるほどな。
What she's saying is it was all the work of the mastermind. What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
そうよ
That's right, it was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to do to stop it. But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
なんだと
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. I just, you know.
でも
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed, and the mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have a trial one last time. And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain leverage you needed, didn't you?
そう
Very observant of you.
当然だ。
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to? I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you could ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So, knowing all of this, what do we do now?
それってさ
It's all about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? Well, there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery?
でも
We've been looking around this all the time and we still don't know anything, right?
とにかく
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies. Everyone?
バカなのよ
Hey, who told you you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with the master. I meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly
とに
possible.
かく
Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
面
In other
白い。
words, In other words, one decisive final battle. Rather an interesting development, I'd
で
say.
も
But figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Mukuro and all the school's mysteries? It's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial's different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we all work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh?
私は
I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries. That's what I thought too at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step into Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
なるほどな。
Monokuma said that, didn't he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why?
つまり
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko said, then the mastermind would have had to have set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could possibly murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like
つま
that.
りだ。
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Add in Mukuro and you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
そう。
And of those 16 people who started out, we are the only ones still alive. Are the people standing in here? Need I continue or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us? You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all of that to confuse us. It's certainly a possibility, but only one amongst many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're the ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. You can say it's not possible. If one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone suspicious anytime Monokuma was active? Maybe they snuck up and controlled him in secret. I don't care how sneaky you are, we would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times. Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way you could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely possible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still.
です。お前ら、すでにご承知かと思いますが、これからこの殺し合い学園生活は真の怪盗編へと突入します。そこで公平を期すために、学園内の部屋のロックはすべて解除しちゃいます。好きに調べてちょうだいな。思う存分謎を解いてちょうだいな。うぷぷ。では、学級裁判でお会いしましょう。
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
まあいいだろう。
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway. At this point, I can only rely on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Well then, after making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. He didn't take me with him? Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with the cream, or without cream, or coffee. You're totally useless. So bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're going to go off by yourself, right, Kyoko? That's right. Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me. In that case, I'm going to go off by myself too. Wait, how come? Just wait and see. I'm going to use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's going to go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing. I mean, it's not like I don't trust everyone, you know? But up till now, I haven't really been that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. So you're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto. Oh, that's really nice of you to say. But still, I've been mostly useless. So, I figure, at least here in the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us get out of here. I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two. Indeed. Okay, just quickly, I'm just going to get up a list of Danganronpa characters, just so I can put it fresh in everyone's mind, so we are all focused on this investigation and can figure out who the mastermind is. I'm on Wikipedia, you've got to have a list of them. Okay, the 16 students. We have Naegi, our character, ultimate lucky student. We have Asahina, ultimate swimmer. Byakuya, who is ultimate affluent prodigy. Celestia was ultimate gambler. Chihiro was ultimate programmer. Junkie was ultimate fashionista. Kiyotaka was ultimate class president. Kyoko is ultimate detective. Leon was ultimate baseball player. Mukuro is ultimate soldier. Sakura was ultimate martial artist. Sayaka was ultimate pop idol, and Toko is ultimate writer. I'm sure we're missing one there. Oh yeah, sorry, I cut off a line. Hifumi, ultimate fanfic writer. Mondo, ultimate bike gang leader. And Yasuhiro, ultimate clairvoyant. So they are our options of who the mastermind can be. Everyone pay attention and see if you can figure it out before Naegi does. So, you're going to go off on your own too, right, Kyoko? Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're doing our search separately doesn't mean we still can't work together. That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigation doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. We should just see it as splitting up to cover more ground, and then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check. Monokuma said that all the doors in the school have been unlocked, right? Yeah, the ultimate gambler was Celeste. She's the one who ultimately killed Hifumi. If you believe that any of them are actually dead. So, we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school, right? We can visit all the places we couldn't go before. Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. And with that she was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So, what? That's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose their true identity and solve the mystery of the school, and then we can all escape together. Okay, investigation time. I guess I'll start by taking another look at McCrow's file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Ikasaba Mukuro, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So I should start my investigation trying to figure out who killed her. I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the biolab, the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it, and the second floor dorms where the gate was down. After that, I'll double check the areas that were connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. Let's get started! Okay, we've got a list of places to check in case we forget. So let's go and look at those dormitories on the second floor first, since Kyoko already told us they're interesting. And yeah, Laura, that's what I think Asahina was just inferring then when she said no one present could keep running off to control Monokuma. So the idea would be it's either someone we don't know or someone does, and then there were none does. Sorry to spoil the plot twist of and then there were none. Right, where is the staircase? Damn it, map. Okay, so this is the second floor. So where the feck are these dormitories? Can't be that, that's the way to the third floor. That is a good point, Info. So would that mean that you think Chihiro is the guilty party? Yeah, she did say maybe. That is the downside of your plan. I'm trying to remember where that damn gate was. For heck's sake, was it in the inn? I guess they said second floor dormitory, so maybe it's above the dormitories. Naegi's the most innocent one, says Laura, as he's the ultimate lucky student. Maybe he's just lucky that he hasn't been caught yet. The gate's open, we can check out on the second floor dorms, which means I have to do it. This is the second floor dorms? It looks like some ancient ruins. No, it's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up in here or something. Okay, we don't have that many rooms we can check by the look of it. I can't do my little echo thing. Oh, this isn't looking great. The bed is completely torn apart. It's not even really a bed anymore, just garbage. Does it look really that Alter Ego saved him though? I mean, he's the only person who's been executed since Alter Ego hooked himself up onto the network. Herself, sorry. Alter Ego hooked herself onto the network. Like he still won't even go into the girls' bathroom here. Oh, nothing to observe. This room is filled with lockers. It must have been for the Hopes Peak students who came before us. The class before us must have used these lockers. Oh god, there's tons of them to check. Okay. Didn't find anything interesting. Oh, it might be openable over there. Not that one, that one. Okay, that one's got a card reader. Remember that if we find a key card. Oh, sorry, I stopped reading it. We need to find the owner's e-handbook if we are to open that locker, is what we just took away from that. Okay, are we going to try them all? We can't open that one either. There's a metal plate, there's no way to get it open. Oh god, there's so many of them. That locker's already broken. Keep trying and see if I can open one of them. No, not that one. Curious to see if his will open any of them. Because wouldn't that be a mystery if so? Well, at least I'm getting some coins, but other than that... For fuck's sake, can it be I tried every locker option? I'm having flashbacks of Silent Hill: The Short Message with that room with all the flipping lockers. Right, leave the area. There doesn't seem to be anything of interest in there. We'll bear that in mind if we find like an old e-handbook or something. Oh, this is nice. This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It has more of an adult atmosphere. It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko! I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. Regret? Well, there's... Would anyone like to spot the obvious secret doorway in this room? Very sus about that discoloured patch of wall over there. Huh? There's a strange gap in the wall. Is it some kind of design mistake or a construction defect or something? There's a gap here, but not any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. Did you guys think I meant the cupboard when I said the secret door? There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space, does that mean? You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. Yeah, sure, info. You were just joking. I believe that. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something? A very easy trick. So easy I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on that PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up. But I don't have a clue what the password might be. Okay, who wants to call now that the password is Kyoko? We know it's probably made up of letters and or numbers, but we really can't go from there. You're right, that's not nearly enough to go on. I looked through all his paperwork, all the files on his PC, everything I could think of. I learnt more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password. Again, it's Kyoko, isn't it? When I think of how much time I wasted on this. Whoever used this last looked like they were interested in the ultimate despair. The PC has some search results left on it. Laura Bet's password. That's why Hope's Peak got infiltrated so easily. Though we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair. There's not much though, nothing we don't already know. The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair. And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there? But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on. I see. That's a good outlook to have. Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into, that's what she meant by regret? I think we can assume there's some kind of clue waiting there. Maybe for her there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko find out, there's no way I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think about. For example, what about your name? Huh? Oh, sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea he would use her name for a password. Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure?
So,
it's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, just do it. Do whatever you want. Okay. Just press the button. If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself and then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password in here. I typed her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling as I finished typing it in. So you'd use your daughter's name including her surname? Wow, such love. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked! Why? Kyoko. Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko. Make sure there's nothing else to look at in here. There's a chair for some reason. A leather chair. It's not very interesting. Looked at everything else, I think. So, into the hidden room. Present, 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 present! Hey, Kyoko! I might as well have not even been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on one thing. A present? Wrapped and covered with such joy? That's what made it so unusual. What's in the box? The box! What's in the box? Yeah, gotta check the box first. This went so well in 7. Look, the head was never proven in 7, it's just an assumption. Absolutely nothing. That would be UHF. Yeah, stupid, you're so stupid. That's definitely UHF. Very good info. There's a brightly coloured box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting a kind of bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. I mean, we could, because it could be a bomb. Okay.
Naegi-kun.
Be careful, Makoto. Why, do you think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous, but surprising, probably.
どうやら
If it's what I think it is, at the very least it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there? Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that will make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just going to open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. The box. I took a deep breath and took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... Info, you may have called it with the head. Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
なるほどね
Just as I thought. What? Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones. Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box. My father. Huh? What about him?
そう
What you found in the box. Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that's
それ
him?
は
Given all the information we have already, it's the only possible answer. So that same person might very well be the mastermind who planned this all out. According to files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible even likely he's somewhere in the school right now. Okay, I've read this one many times, so we'll skip past it. There were 16 students and no one else set foot in the school. Alter Ego said the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game was 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume. But most likely my father was in the school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Oh no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe at some point she wanted to be proven wrong. Which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. But was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Would she really give up on her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Hidden room present has been added to the truth bullets. This is a picture. It's all faded, it must be pretty old. Wait, this is a picture of... Hey, Kyoko!
本当に
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past, and yet... to now find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? And I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about
どう
her.
して
I wanted to face him and tell him myself. To cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time he even stole the opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. What else we got? The drawers.
ね
Are you sure? Okay then. I went through each drawer one by one, but all I found were piles of unrelated documents. He was pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
そう。
It's just because he didn't have anything else. He couldn't have inherited our family's business or legacy. Instead, he left it all behind. If he couldn't handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. The headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some sort of clue.
ね
Don't worry about me. Free to look around as much as you like. Never let anything get in the way of an investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer, it's an e-handbook, right? It has a label that says in case of emergency. I found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk. A handbook with no limitations, given to the school, given the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what it is. I think you're probably right. It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? Indeed, Laura. Back to the locker room we go. Ah, but Kyoko?
私は
I don't need it. And if you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Just take the damn thing. Listen, Makoto. Can I ask you a favor? A favor? What is it?
それは
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, but... And I know it'll only convenience you that much more, but...
ね
Could you leave? Huh?
そう
Just for a little while. I'd like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko, don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
ちょっと
I need to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood and not by heart and soul, but... Maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory, and this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through.
私は
That problem can't be solved easily. You're right.
と
I'm
にか
sorry.
く
Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please just give me some time to myself. It's okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later. Is she really okay? Kyoko, it must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt the mastermind performed this evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. The one leading the Hope Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well have been the mastermind who planned this out. According to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, he's somewhere in the school right now. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind, which means the mastermind's true identity is... Oh, come on, how many times have we seen this damn clip? Yes, it's one of the students, got it. 15 of us met in the main hall, add Mukuro to the mix and you get 16. And including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Mukuro. She's undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are... me, Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. Then there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. Yes, we want to go back to the locker room and just touch everything. Nothing but touching. Why's someone drawn a giraffe on the door? Okay, so anyone with a green light. Wait, but what about the emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room? Let's give it one more try. Alright, just what I was hoping for. Now let's see what we've got inside. This locker is totally disorganized. Whoever it belongs to probably has organization problems in every part of their life. This is a crystal ball? Huh? Crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Is this a deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait, aren't those used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order and dust everywhere. I have to assume whose stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying, not that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual and natural as possible. I picked up one of the notebooks and saw, but the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness may have evaporated. What? There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written Yasuhiro Hagature. This is our Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes on a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time as the rest of us. And we were all sucked into this evil world and never had a chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? So is Hiro the mastermind? Dun dun dun. Oh, we got something. There's just one thing, some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is, but there's some writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I'd better take a look. It looks like a girl's handwriting, and the letters are spaced out evenly like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been totally meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook and my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happened to be the headmaster, and my father. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only the genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world and serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope I have. I hope you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. This can't be true, can it? Well, I knew it was. I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko, it couldn't have been anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here, it completely contradicts what she'd already told me. She said she hadn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. I tried to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. Yeah, you just said that. What does it all mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question marks spinning throughout my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was a messy, disorganized scrawl. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? So it says, despair walks among us, and so we survive. There is a second despair. Laura's suggesting that maybe they all did a term at the school before their minds were wiped, which I think we've got a good indication for in those weird photos of the people together without the metal seals on the walls. You know, I think we found two of them and Monokuma whipped them away. Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to the people here? A notebook that seems to belong to Hiro and a pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko? There has to be some kind of explanation. If I want to find that, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. I have to believe in everyone. Just a few more lockers to try. They're news to Naegi, Laura. He's not very quick. You've been a lot faster than him so far, I think, in this mystery. Nothing in that one. Nope, just rustling. Yeah, that's it, I think. Right, we've ransacked the lockers. And discovered at the very least Hiro and Kyoko appear to have been here back when it was school. Tried all them. Right, let's try and remember what the other place I've got to check. So there was the Monokuma door, the headmaster's office and the bio lab, I think. Let's try and remember where any of those are. Right, there's one of them. No? Right, that'll be the Monokuma door in the data lab, I guess.
Naegi da!
Ah! Makoto, are you here to look around too? Is that what you're doing here? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door. So I figured, if all the doors in the school have been unlocked, that one should be open too, right? Although I couldn't quite bring myself to open it. Because it might explode, right? And that'd really suck. So you open it. I'm sure she didn't mean it, but it made me sound like she's okay with me getting blown up. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Wait, let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. Hina raced over to a nearby desk and hid underneath it. Okay, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? Okay, here goes nothing. I threw all my weight onto it, but the door opened much easier than I expected. I think we found mission control. There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was... Whoa, this place is totally sci-fi. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. Okay, any clues as to who the mastermind is inside mission control? There's some kind of hatch on the floor, but right now I'm more concerned about that weird device. What is this device? It looks like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top though, like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, it kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? Hifumi would probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit? So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit. Then could that mean... Alright, let's start poking it, whatever. I'm going to start pushing the buttons. Hold it, you can't just or whatever something like this. But it was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel. Huh? Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. Hina, what did you push? I'm not totally sure, but I think it was the one button that says Data Center. Data Center? I took a good look at the control panel and saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of a room next to it. Just like Hina said, there was one labelled Data Center. This must be the one she pushed. But the Data Center, that's right next door, the room we were just in. That's where that strange noise came from? I'd probably better go check it out. Yes, please, I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now, so I'll cheer you on from over here. Yeah, Laura, I think you're right. I think we found Monokuma's cockpit. I mean, he's even on the little screen there above the paw pads. So let's go. Where's our very good headmaster? Is that Monokuma? Hey! Right! Give me all your donuts! Is that you, Hina? What? Ah, man, busted! How'd you know? Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote-controlled camera kind of setup? You don't even know what you're controlling? Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here. Ah, guess what I found? A self-destruct button! Whatever you do, don't push it! Aw, man! Were you seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it and the control panel inside. Go and tell her, I think. Go away. Whoa, hey Makoto, what the heck was that just now? Monokuma. Huh? What do you mean? You were controlling him just now. It was Monokuma. Monokuma? What? For real? Yep, it looks like this is the panel that definitely controls Monokuma. Which means the mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. Yeah, they were definitely in here. The mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. And this control room is totally separate from the data center area with the monitors. In other words...
ね
maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Feels like a design flaw. But Kyoko's theory was right.
でも
If the mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? I guess it would have to be true. But if that is true, oh, do not show the clip again. Oh, crying out loud. Then the mastermind, Monokuma's puppeteer, really is the 16th student. No, it can't be. There's no way, right?
ね
What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face you're making. Oh, okay. What about you? Is everything okay?
だって
Well, it's just... this is where the mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they set up traps or something? Can't say it isn't possible, but I really hope it's not true. So, like,
あのさ
you want to leave soon? There's still a lot of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. We can't waste all of our time standing around here. Okay, you want to get going? Yeah. Let's look at that first. No, apparently not. As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? The door just locked on its own! What? My hand shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right, it's locked. But why?
にゃほほほほ
Of course it's locked! Because the data center is now restricted. Monokuma? Hey, no fair, you can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like. You get the impression the mastermind was just hiding under that trapdoor it wouldn't let me look at.
あのね
It's for your benefit! Because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around!
えふん
Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just up and start moving. Then that room. As you may have guessed, that's where my controls are.
ね
So right now you're being operated by someone in that room? Correct, Amando!
そんなの嘘
That
だ
doesn't
よ
make any sense. We were just in there and we didn't see anyone.
ぷぷぷ
Oh, you didn't, did you? Oh, are you sure you're as thorough as you could have been?
ぷぷぷぷぷ
Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? I fucking tried! Twice! No way! The hatch on the floor?
ぷぷぷぷぷ
Too bad! That was your one big chance and you blew it!
残念
Of course, that hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever. Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others.
にゃほほほ
Peace!
ね
He's gone, but...
あの
Was he
さ
telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there? In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure. Then when I said we should leave? Well, that hatch couldn't be opened from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault. Okay. Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. You're right. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving. I'm gonna run around and tell everyone what we found here. Nice, you've got me all motivated again. Okay, I'm out. See you later. Dina took off at full sprint. And I have to do what I can do too. That's the only way forward. Right, next. That's all. Oh no, wait. Headmaster's room on this floor too. Yes! Well, I guess what we've just seen potentially rules out Hina as being the ultimate despair. given she was locked out the room with us. Which is weird because I was about to suggest Hina might be it at first because she knew how to work the control panel. This is the headmaster's room. I've heard an awful lot about it, but it's my first time seeing it for myself. Oh, Makoto, it's you. Oh, Byakuya. Surveillance camera.
Boy. Alien.
Oh, you fecker. Alright, we'll talk to you first. Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? What do you mean, something interesting? Take a look at this. It was on top of that practically ostentatious desk. Class of 78, school registry. It contains profiles for all of us and Mukuro. Apparently Class 78 refers to us. Wait, when we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room... That's right, it also mentioned Class 78. That must be where Kyoko got this page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed there along with hers, there can be no doubt Mukuro was a student here at Hope Speak Academy, just like the rest of us. Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student. That must be how Kyoko learnt about it. It seems that Kyoko was in a hurry. Huh? What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled, she must have been in a hurry. Well then, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. But what's your point? She was in so much of a hurry, she only got the first page. The first page? Correct. Mukuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. What? In other words, when it comes to his profile, there was more information about Mukuro we still didn't have. What kind of information is it? Why don't you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? It seems to be some kind of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself. I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. I was half listening to Byakuya as I skimmed through the report. Mukuro reappeared suddenly, and in the background an entity floats close but just out of reach. The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now I can't be sure if it's a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about this, but I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. I need to pay attention to Mukuro's behaviour too. It's just my gut thinking, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir, when she entered Hope Speak she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally I want to believe her, she's one of my students after all. If I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all reasonable measures. Mukuro was part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there can be any doubt about it now. But wouldn't that mean that Mukuro and the mastermind were allies? If so, why? Why would they kill Mukuro? Plus even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Mukuro was capable of. They would have taken her completely by surprise to kill it like that. Or maybe it was that the mastermind is even stronger than Mukuro was. What's wrong, Makoto? Huh? You seem to be lost in thought, but I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within this file you should note. What is it? Did you notice the picture in there? A picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before. A girl who seems to be included as part of our class in 78. That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. And further information about that girl is included in the file. 5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds, even the her vitals is 31, 22, 32. Well, what do you think? What do I think? You're asking if she has like a nice body? You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is that maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your own way back to the corpse and maybe you'll think, oh, that could mean... Wait, is he trying to say... There's a chance the body isn't actually Mukuro? Is that what he's saying? Personally, what I'm thinking about is Seems all but impossible, but it wouldn't hurt to confirm,
Kimarida.
right? That's all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business. Now I'm back to being Byakuya's errand boy. There is something I just want to check now, having read that. Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice from me to you, so as to just to pay attention. Advice for me? You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. It's not that we're getting along, she's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her. Huh?
つまりだ。
The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. What are you saying? Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch? But my hunches tend to be right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, as you will. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. Is there anything that you haven't told me? Not really. Okay, he's inferring I should recognise Mukuro. There is something I just want to check. The trophies and shield. There's not anything more in here to look at, I don't think. But just quickly. Okay. Okay, in theory that body isn't Mukuro. He just said that there wasn't a scar on Mukuro's body, but the body we found was covered in wounds. So, is it not Mukuro then? Is Mukuro still alive and potentially our mastermind? And why did Byakuya think I should recognise her picture, or am I just going to have to go and look at the body to find out? Okay, Biolab, let's try first. And then we'll revisit the scene of the crime. Well, here I am in the Biolab. It's so cold. It's like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. On the left side there's a bunch of glowing blue lights, but on the other side... there's some kind of weird machine... Oh, I've seen something before. Oh, that's it, I've seen this kind of thing in horror movies. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean the Biolab is actually a morgue? I should probably take a closer look around. Oh, there's some kind of booklet here. It looks like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all of your cadaver needs. In addition to the germicidal lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for removing ethylene gas. Simply insert the cadaver and the blue light will let you know when the automated systems have been activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted for automatically for optimum settings. With our system, we can keep a dead body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel, and we do offer an optional leather upholstery package. This is the instruction manual for the fridge. There's a stack of tarps here. I've been seeing a lot of these things lately. Okay, so I think we just looked at everything. Curious. Oh no, we haven't. Well, looking around, I think I get it. It seems clear to me now. It was a makeshift morgue. And are those lights by each slot? It looks like they're set up so when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on, which means inside each slot lights up blue. Biolab lights. I can't let my emotions take control right now. There's one thing I can do for everyone who's died, and that's defeat the mastermind. I don't have any other option. You know, boy, there's about to be a caveat put on Ralph to say that you can't use him just to make me put stuff in the swear jar. You'll have to try harder. Oh, Toko, so this is where you were. What do you want? I'm so disgusting you want me out of your sight? No, not at all. I just thought maybe you found a clue. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything, not a single clue. I figured since this place was related to the cave, it would have to have something, right? There wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Give me back my precious time. Okay, Void, what's your question? And will it get caught in my filters? Calm down, Toko. Don't tell me to calm down. Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? When everyone finds out, they're going to call me useless. Good for nothing. Nobody's going to say that. Master will. I'm not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that. I'm sick of always being looked down. Why won't anyone accept me? Well, I don't think there are any clues going here, so maybe I'll get going. Okay, can we find anything? The target's pretty far away. Okay, so we've got some cherry trees to look at. Does anyone know why cherry trees are pink? I do have some trivia about that. Or rather some folklore about why they're pink. It'll be worrying if the reason why is actually true. Info says it's a dead body thing. It's correct. Cherry blossoms are pink because there is a dead body buried under every cherry tree. Cherry tree fact. We found a clue in here, but it was just a mastermind's attempt to frame Kyoko. You're the one who said you wanted to ask a question, boy, and now you've got nothing to say. Well, well. Yada yada. Okay. Muff the scene. Huh? It's gone. Mukura's body. It's not here. What else we got to look at? Did the plant get her? The Monokuma flower, did it really eat people? Okay, it's not related to this case. Maybe the body is inside that tool shed. I'd better check to be sure. I didn't find anything close to a dead body. It's not in here either, then it must be... Could it be in the biolab? The corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in here. There's one other thing. The tarp. The tarp played a key role in another case, so I'd better look into it. The killer used this tarp to keep the sprinklers from getting the body wet, which means the killer may have left some clue behind here. Huh? I didn't notice this before, but there's a small stamp in one corner of the tarp. It says biolab. Then this originally came from the biolab. So back to the biolab we go. That's all I really needed to check here. It's fair, Naegi. Got totally lost.
放送です。お前ら頑張ってる？捜査は 順調に進んでるかな？あのね、頑張るお前らに優しい僕からヒントがあるんだよ。うぷぷ。ヒントが欲しい人は、急いで体育館まで来て。
What? Now he wants to give us a hint? It's suspicious. There's no doubt about that. It could be a trap. But even knowing that, he still said to go to the gym, right? No choice not to. Oh, hey, hero. Ah, Makoto? Why'd you act so surprised? Oh, no reason. You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? You here to find out what he had to say? I just did, actually. I'm on my way out. You already talked to him? What did he say? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go. Hero, wait. There was no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hero. It was like he was trying to avoid me. Boys, you can't have saved up enough points just to make me swear very fast 10 times in a row so you can have me put £10 in the jar, right? I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. Has he been hiding something this whole time? Okay, Void, just so you can put something in the bit jar like you're clearly itching to do. So fucking awesome, 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 so fucking awesome. There's your 10. Go on then. I expect you, therefore, to spend 1,000 bits to make me swear. Ah, you decided to give a treat to the co-host instead. And here's Tia, just come flying out of nowhere. Come on, Tiamat. Void said he'd give you a treat. Oh, and Shrody! Treat for Tia, who's forgotten how to eat. It's hard keeping that one jelly bean in gear, isn't it, Tia? That one jelly bean you have for a brain. There you go, Shro. Take the biscuit. Oh, don't lick it. Come on, Shro. There you go, sweetie. There we go, guys. Void gave you treats this time. Hello, welcome, hello! Are you ready for your final hint? Well, it just so happens to be the envelope on the ground in front of you. The envelope? This must be the envelope. And just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside. Sorry, just 1 second. The cat's just knocked me out of chat. There we are. Oh, and Void wants a coin in the swear jar. Bloody typical. At least you got a treat out of it, Tia. There you go. What? Don't worry, just get on with it. Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was a single photograph. It featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely well. Are they all in it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15, who's missing? Naegi's missing, but I guess he could be taking the photo. It was everyone who'd come to Hope's Peak at the same time as me. Wait, but someone behind Sayaka. She's the only one I don't recognise. Wait, that's not true. I do recognise her. That's right, when Byakuya and I were in the headmaster's room, we looked at that file. Ixaba Mukuro? Then this girl is... What? Why? Why is Mukuro here with everyone else? And more than that, just having everyone here pose like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms? I don't remember anything like this. So we're all... Where are you in this picture, Naegi? I'm just not seeing him somewhere. And now I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. The picture has all 15 other students, but not me. I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't even remember taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived here at Hope's Peak Academy. So it's natural for me to not be in this picture. What is definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. I thought that everyone was like me and I didn't know each other until they got here. But if this picture is real, then could that mean... Could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone else here except me is? How long are you gonna keep up this rambling soliloquy of yours, Hamlet? You kinda getting in the way just standing there, you know? So I mean, get out. But... I told you, I'm not fielding any questions. What kind of mystery would it be if I gave you all the answers? That'd be totally out of left field. I guess that means he's done talking. Damn it. So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. And with that confusion in hand, I left the gym, dejected. How does that count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? It looks so real, so full of life. How could anyone fake that? Which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear it all up. No, I have to clear this all up. Don't worry. Ask everyone directly. Going around there, huh? Maybe Echo's in the archive. Hopefully, when I've done this, that'll be all the investigating. The archive. Oh, it's more the library. It's awfully catchy, isn't it, inside? Yeah, I also like the soundtrack to this game. It's stuck in my head a lot, especially the main theme. Oh, Byakuya! Listen, do you think we could talk? Byakuya? I have nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Hey, Byakuya, wait! But of course he didn't, he just walked away. What the? Why is he acting like that? Is he purposely trying to avoid me? Yeah, they all think you're the fucking traitor now. What do you think the purpose of that was for, really? Hey, Hero! Makoto! What's going on with you? Every time I see you freak out like that. No, No! Sorry, but I'm in a big hurry. Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit. Hero, what's wrong? I wasn't able to talk to him about the notebook I'd found. It's like he's avoiding me. He's afraid of me. Why? Naegi, so slow, so naive. I decided to visit the biolab one more time, and the first thing I saw when I got there was her pass out again. Huh? Toko? Toko, are you okay? No, she's not dead, is she? It's cold, super cold. It's so cold I think I might catch a cold. If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will. What? I was asleep? Oh, I must have fainted again. I bet you were standing there staring at me, getting all excited, weren't you? No, I wasn't. Oh, then what? Hot and bothered? Straight up horny? Okay, so why did you pass out? Dunno, the last thing I just remember was waking up now. What do you do, Miss Morose? Oh, that's right, your memory stops and starts every time you switch. Bingo, bazingo, we share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate. And don't say it like it's a bad thing, it's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Because even if she forgets something, I totally remember. So it's like double the memory. It's more like half. But all I want to know right now is where is my little darling? Tell me now or I'll slit your throat. I don't know. I'm sure Byakuya's around somewhere doing his own investigating. By himself? I assume so. I knew it. I'm a total pro when it comes to all things master. Anyway, I gotta hurry. I can't even imagine how lonely you must be right now. Genocide Jack shot off, her eerie laughter echoing behind her. Oh, I totally forgot to ask her about the picture. Well, there's no point in asking Jack anyway. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? There must be a reason for it. The fridge, it's open. But why? I'm sure they were all shut tight last time I was here. That must be why she passed out. She faints so easily. Kyoko. It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay? I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologise. But listen, about this room. Oh yeah, it's a morgue. Yeah. I suspected as much, and Toko must have looked inside the fridge and seen what was in there, and, well, there you have it. You knew she'd fainted? I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but when I got inside, the real reason became clear. I imagined she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot here, that's when she saw the body inside and dropped it like a bag of rocks. Why has everything got to be so difficult with her? Anyway, we should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that. Yeah, good idea. Give me a hand with this. Kyoko approached the fridge, hands outstretched, but suddenly she stopped. What's wrong? Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. How come? Because Mukuro's body is in there. Mukuro's corpse? Mukuro's body is inside the fridge? Just like every other time, the mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in class trial. The mastermind did? Because they assumed we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess. You might be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. Oh, that's right. Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation.
Naegi-kun.
I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time, and I'm going to grab the mastermind by the tail. Okay, so what should I do? Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Just wait over there? That's it? I should ask Kyoko about the group photo. After all, she's doing it too. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I want to talk to you about something. What is it? It's about the announcement Monokuma made earlier. You mean the hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Why not? The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point will be to confuse us or cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own without whatever hints he may have to offer. That's a good point. I wish I could go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Standing here looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? That's gotta be it. There's no other explanation. You know, I think I've seen a tarp like this somewhere before. It's the same as the one I found in the garden tool shed. If I remember, that tarp had a stamp that said Biolab. And that's the tarp that was used to help camouflage the murder in the garden. At some point, someone's got to get it from the Biolab and took it over there. Figure out where I'm looked at.
どうやら
Seems the blue light comes on when a slot is occupied. So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Looking at the number of lights that are on, including Mukuro's, there's 9 in all. 9 lights? Okay, Makoto, I'm done. Ready? Jeez, that was fast. Anyone can do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief. So, did you find anything? I paid careful attention to the wounds and the trace of blood. It seems highly likely that the stomach wound and the blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. Really? The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm confident in my findings. That means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? Then what was the fatal injury? Due to the explosion, they were dead before the blast. Stabbed a single time with a knife that went completely through the body. Struck in the head with an object as thick as a metal pipe. The body is covered in other wounds, but these are at least several days old. The only option is those other wounds, but the file said they were old. Where does it say they're old? Huh? All the Monokuma's file says is they were inflicted several days ago. I guess I don't see the difference. Well, the difference is immense, considering the impression they give. You seem to be equating several days with simply old. That doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds makes it sound like they've been there forever, like they're not related to the murder. Saying they are. But we all got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? So if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it. But what if Makuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days? Certainly you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? One of many? A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can. They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, and only using their logic and common sense. Then they investigate. They test what they find against each other, these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean it'll do you any good at detective work. But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future. No. Think of it, there was one thing. Earlier when I was looking at Makuro's profile, it listed her height and weight. You remembered all that? They are indeed consistent with the corpse. So then... And don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo, so there's absolutely no mistake. Our victim in this case is, without a doubt, Makuro Ikisaba. Is that all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think so. Then it looks like we have no further business with Makuro's body. Let's get going, it's kind of chilly in here. Oh wait, are we not going to put the body back? Do you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this? Sad? Did you forget? She was our enemy once. And part of the ultimate despair. But she still got killed, she's a victim. No. Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow? Well yeah, but still. You really are naive, you know that. It's quite appalling. But she could have abandoned me, but instead she decided to help me. For someone like that, what does it mean to be naive? I think we've done all we can do here. Back to our separate investigations, yes? Oh, hold on. I need to ask about the pocketbook I found in the locker. If I don't do it now... Hey Kyoko, I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask. Have you really not seen your dad in once since you got here? What? What do you mean? Well, you know, all those lockers on the second floor in the dorms? I do, yes. But to get into any of the lockers, you need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using that emergency handbook. The one you found in the headmaster's hidden room? So did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? I found a pocketbook, and after looking through it, I think it must be your pocketbook.
なんで
What makes you say
だっ
that?
て
Like I said, only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area recently. What I'm saying is, there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you just said now makes perfect sense, but there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster, your father.
もしかして
What could that mean? That video is real too? Video?
苗木くん
Makoto, I think everything's starting to fit into place to reveal a cohesive picture. Although I'm afraid the picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. What are you talking about? I need to investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own two eyes. Oh, let me give you the headmaster's handbook. That way you can... That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem it's my locker. Your
苗
locker?
木くん
If you watch this, it'll all make sense. DVD? It says Class of 78, urgent interview. I found it in that hidden room after
と
you'd
にか
left.
く
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means. Just go watch it yourself. I think you'll realise exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever been before. None of this makes sense right now, but I guess it means there's some important clue on this DVD.
苗木くん
Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble?
つまり
Ramble? So as it turns out, the arrangement I've made didn't stick. What I mean is I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the question I wanted to ask for the rest of my life, and all because of the
だけど
mastermind. But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for
私は
forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind, but that's just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyoko's eyes burned with the fire of determination, the determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness. So why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding to it, I guess. She let out a small laugh as she said it, but her smile was filled with sorrow. So that's it for my rambling. There's still much to do before I can consider my test complete. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. But keep this in mind. There is only one absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering, whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you
苗
mean?
木くん
Even the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness. You still can't give up on hope. Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know. Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
Yeah.
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. I'd better get going myself. I got a DVD from Kyoko. I should get to the AV room and check it out. Kyoko said something about the hopeless truth. But no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world, I can't afford to lose. Quickly, let's see if we can find Esposito, because she's the one I haven't spoken to. I imagine she's just scared of me wherever she is. Start here, she's in the dining room. And then we'll watch that video and hopefully that'll trigger the trial, which we can save for Saturday. So this is where you've been hiding. Listen, I was hoping to talk to you. Makoto! Sorry, I gotta go! What? She ran so fast I didn't have time to ask her to stop. Lena, why? Why won't you talk to me? Where the AV room was. AV room there. What else could have been here? This should be able to play DVDs just fine. Well then, I'd better take a look. I took the DVD Kyoko gave me and put it in the player. It said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on the screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. It must have just been a few seconds, but to me it felt like an eternity. And then all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka? It took me by total surprise. I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long, and there she was. The voice I heard was of the man positioned to one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man.
この面談の様子は録画させてもらうよ。私は不器用なんでね、喋りながら面談の内容を書き留めるなんて器用なことができないんだよ。
It sounded like he was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a millimeter.
この映像はある意味契約書代わりだが、君らを信用してないわけじゃない。ただの保険だ。だから気にしないでくれ。では早速本題に入らせてもらうよ。君はこれからの一生をこの学園の中だけで過ごすことになるかもしれない。それを了承してくれるか。
了承すれも何も。
Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in a school?
わかりました。
そうか。すまんな。それなら私も全力で君を保護することを約束しよう。希望が峰学園学園長の名にかけてだ。
As if on cue, that's where the video cut out. There was a lot I hadn't understood up until now, but this, only this, I simply couldn't comprehend what I'd heard. Because I know how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I know how she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so bad she tried to frame me for murder. So why? Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed some light. On the monitor, the video that I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes darted back to the screen. And I was as if I was confused before. What I saw next pushed me right over the edge. Huh? What I saw was me. Impossibly, undeniably me.
面談を始める前に言っておくが、この面談の様子は録画させてもらうよ。
Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation. But the I here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like
では、
this.
早速本題に入ろうか。苗木君、君はこれからの一生をこの学園内だけで過ごす。それを了承してくれるか。
This can't be real. I said yes.
すまんな。こんな思いをさせて。
だって仕方ないですから。
だが君がこの学園にいる限りは私が全力で守ってみせる。希望が峰学園の学園長としてそれだけは約束しよう。
Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeated and the same scene again and again with others. Byakuya. Toko. Hina. Everyone. They all said they agreed to live in the school forever. And then... Kyoko. Her interview with him had clearly been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. She'd sat down with her father, the headmaster of Hope's Greek Academy, and when he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up, the monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just the monitor, the DVD player itself had apparently turned off, which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened? Oopsie, looks like it broke. Out of service. What? It just so happened to break just now? Now then, when doesn't matter. Failure can strike at any time, anywhere. That's what failure is, right? Failure, my ass. You cut the power on purpose. Well, whatever. Even if I watched the whole thing, it would have just been more of the same. He'd ask them the question and then they'd say yes. I couldn't help myself. I let out a huge exasperated sigh, but as I did, I remembered something.
そうよ。
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
どうやら
Thinking on it back now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. What would make you forget all that?
ね
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Convenient outcome? Something that seemed to obviously work in favor of the mastermind. So does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or...
物事には始まりがあれば必ず終わりがあるのです。そして終わりがあれば新しい始まりもあるのです。明けない夜はないよ。真っ暗な朝だけどね。止まない雨はないよ。干ばつ状態になるけどね。そう、終わりがあるから新しい始まりもあるのです。だからまた会えるよね。だって終わりこそが始まりだから。じゃあ始めましょうか。終わりの学級裁判の始まりだよ。いつもの場所でまた会いましょう。
It's about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all of our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then. This is the end. And it feels, kids at home, that that's the best possible place to stop. Just so we can try and finish this off in Saturday's stream. So thanks for bearing with me tonight. I appreciate it was a long one and there were those weird technical difficulties I need to look into in the middle. But I am Kim, or Camber 42. This stream is live on Mondays and Wednesdays at 8 PM GMT or Saturdays at 5 PM GMT. And I do expect we'll finish Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc next time. Just for the record, after Danganronpa I'm planning on playing Wolong Thorn Dynasty. So do check that out too if you're interested. I also have a YouTube channel where old episodes air. From here, it's put up usually within a day or so of this stream. I also have a silent stream that's exclusive to the YouTube channel at the moment, which is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Please check that out if you are interested. There's also an Adverse Camber 42 YouTube channel, not YouTube, we just said that. There's an Adverse Camber 42 Twitter channel as well if you want to get me between streams. I'm also one half of Things Are Getting Strange and X-Files Rewatch podcast. You can find us wherever you get your podcast, and we post a new episode every week. We are looking back at the X-Files, 2 episodes at a time. Tomorrow's episode will be the last 2 episodes of Season 6, so that's Field Trip and Biogenesis. Again, check it out if you're interested. Let me know what you think. That's everything for today. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I will see you again on Saturday for more Trigger Happy Havoc. Ta-ra now.